Hey YouTube, Almost Post 975. This video might seem a little bit out of left field, but there's a reason for this. As with so many of the ideas that pop into my head to make for videos, this kind of came from a conversation I had with a guy at work last night. We were talking Doctor Who. Now, before anyone says you're a geek because you love Doctor Who, I am a geek, and I wear it proudly as a badge. In fact, I love Doctor Who so much that... And yeah, it gets even worse. But here's the thing. Yeah, Doctor Who, I grew up on Doctor Who. Absolutely love it. It's one of those shows that, you know, it was cheap as chips. They spent no money on it, but the concepts involved, the stories, it was just epic. It was intelligent. It was a kids show, but it was very, very, very intelligent. And yeah, I know it's a cliche, but I spent most of the time as a young child watching it, hiding behind the house. Hiding behind the house? Hiding behind the couch. Which is amazing, because if you watch some of the early ones right now, you realise that one of the monsters was just some guy covered in green bubble wrap. But yeah, I guess it's a testament to the writing of the show that you look beyond that. And I don't just mean as a kid, because now when I watch the older ones, I can look beyond that. And the concepts that they're doing, you know, I got them. And it was truly kind of, you know, engaging and terrifying. So the special effects didn't matter. However, that being said, when they rebooted Doctor Who and finally brought it back after its hiatus of, what was it, like the late 80s they cancelled it, and they actually spent some money on it. Thank you, BBC. Thank you. I mean, the response has been amazing, but why wouldn't it be? Because seriously, BBC, it was such a great idea, yet you were just too stingy to, you know, write that check. And now that you have, the response has been incredible. So yeah, I love Doctor Who. I even like the new guy, Matt Smith. I mean, I love David Tennant, and I guess this is just, you know, you love what you're familiar with. And when Matt Smith came along, I wanted to hate him. I remember wanting to hate David Tennant when he came along after Christopher Eccleston, who is technically my favourite Doctor of the new period. I just love the whole... He's kind of similar to Semester. I cannot talk. I haven't been to bed yet, sorry, it's early o'clock in the morning. He's kind of similar to Sylvester McCoy in the sense that there was a darker aspect to his character, in the sense he knew that he had to protect humanity, but at the same time it was kind of like, fine, I'll save you again, not because I want to, because it's my job and I have to. And I really, really like that. In fact, there are two camps of doctors, I feel. There are the light-hearted doctors, and then there are the more serious doctors. Now, every doctor has had a storyline where they've been kind of a bastard or, you know, more serious than the rest of their work. But I still think that Doctor Who is perfectly divided by the more serious doctors and the less, you know, serious or the more light-hearted doctors. Like Eccleston, McCoy, serious doctors. Tennant, Smith, they've had darker storylines, but I consistently consider them more light-hearted doctors. Then you go, oh, Colin Baker, he was a bit of a bastard as well, you know, kind of a little bit of darkness going on in there. Now, let's get to the point in this video. Last night at work, I was talking to a buddy at lunch, and we were talking about... For those of you who don't know, this is just my opinion. I could be completely wrong, I could be pissing into the wind, I don't know. But Doctor Who always airs in Easter, and then towards the end of the summer. Now this year, for some reason, well I know the reason, I'll get to that. It's going to start in autumn, and then it's going to run up, you know, it's like through winter, and then stop. And the Christmas special is going to directly pick up from where the show ended. Well, that's what the BBC have said. So that to me kind of suggests... Wow, with that, to pick up your Christmas special, which has always been a standalone episode, directly from where the season ends, to me suggests something big or serious. So I can only think, regeneration, we're going to get a new Doctor. Once again, just my opinion, just my opinion. So this just got me and my mate talking about, well, who would you want as a new Doctor? Now, for some reason, when well, I guess the reason is because obviously it's a United Kingdom thing, but people always say that, oh, well, like when the newspapers do bets and odds and shit like that, and the bookies do bets and odds on who should be the new Doctor, they always just go for British actors. And I get that, and as a kind of Doctor Who snob, I think they should only go with British actors. But it led to our conversation being this: you could have any actor, any nationality, you know, like someone who would never accept the role of Doctor Who would you have? And the other thing we both agreed on in this conversation, which is the original Doctors, William Hartnell, Patrick Troughton, John Pertwee, the guy from Little Britain, I forget his first name, Tom Baker. They're all older guys, you know, they're all older guys. And the way it's gone, and obviously after that you got Peter Davison, and he was a young guy, but then it kind of went back up to sort of middle age with Colin Baker and Sylvester McCoy. And then you had Paul McGann in the movie, who I really, really liked, by the way. And definitely check out his audio plays, because he's technically the longest serving Doctor, believe it or not, from even though he wasn't on screen, because of the material he did, like books and audio plays and stuff like that. But you know, it kind of went back to like what we currently have, which is the younger Doctor. But obviously, the Doctor Who was originally kind of an older guy. So for the purpose of the conversation we're having, like, you can pick anyone, but they've got to be an older guy. You know, it would be nice to take the Doctor back to his roots in the sense that he was an older guy. And it was weird. The person I came up with was really, really weird. Yeah. But the more I think of it, the more I think this person would make a brilliant Doctor. Now, bear with me when I tell you who it is. I think someone who could be a brilliant Doctor would be Kelsey Grammer. Think about it. Think about it. Now, I know he's done a lot of movies. He's got a great body of work. You know, he's a proper actor and everything like that. But I'm going to base why I think he should be the Doctor on Cheers and Frasier. Now, you're thinking, what the hell are you talking about? But like, bear with me. Bear with me. First of all, he can be, you know, not British to be the Doctor, but I do think the Doctor should have a British or an English accent. So he's a proper actor. I'm pretty sure he can do that. But the reason I think he'd be a really, really, really good choice is, think about him in Frasier. If you directly take him out of Frasier and put him into Doctor Who, it works. His character from Frasier as the Doctor. You're thinking, you've really lost the plot, but bear with me. Do you know what I love about Frasier? It's just this constant nervous energy, this constant level to be perceived in the way that you want to be perceived, in the sense that he's a snob, isn't he? He's a snob, and he acts in a certain way just for people to think of him in a specific way. And I kind of think that works a little for the Doctor. You know, he only buys certain things, he only drinks certain things, he only goes to the opera, he only goes to this, he only goes to that. He's 100% a snob. Now, essentially, that's what the Doctor is, depending on who you look at, who has portrayed him. But he is, you know, he's 900 years old. Yeah, he's been flying around the universe forever, you know, fighting all kinds of crazy stuff. His wealth of experience is incredible. He's seen the birth of everything. He's seen suns die. He's seen civilizations die. He's seen his own people die. He's a 900-year-old Time Lord. What are we to him, you know? Like, this is what I did yesterday. I flew into the heart of a supernova. What did you do yesterday? You went to Tesco's. So I kind of think there is a very snobbish element in the Doctor. So just based on Frasier, you know, I can totally see it. I just think that would be brilliant. I just think it would be really refreshing in, you know, this kind of constant jabbermouth and obsessed with the way people portray him. He gets down to business, he does his job, but at the end of the day, he's obsessed with how people see or perceive him, and I think that would be absolutely brilliant and a breath of fresh air for Doctor Who. Says a breath of fresh air. It's never going to happen. It's just me putting my opinions out there. Also, he's a very engaging actor. You know, he's got great comedic timing, and if you look at the history of like all the various actors who played the Doctor, there is a vast amount of comedy in that. Whether it's in an episode that has serious tones or not, you know, there is a lot of comic sort of elements in Doctor Who. So I don't know why Kelsey Grammer just popped straight in my head when I was talking to my mate about this, and just thought I'd love to see a doctor. Well, first of all, I would love to see Matt Smith carrying on, and obviously he will never go to Kelsey Grammer, but I just think, what a brilliant choice for a doctor. You know, back to my original question, if you could pick any doctor ever, who would you pick? And I say Kelsey Grammer. But that's just me. So, if you could have any actor ever to be the Doctor, who would yours be, and why? I'll see you later.